Is this whole like Cody introducing him and then having a stare down with Seth is great, and it's like, ooh, tempers flaring there, but you knew what was going to happen in the end. You know, they're both all such over baby faces that you're not going to have one turn on the other for the match. So you know they're going to be like, well, let's let bygones be bygones, and
Yeah.
let's do it for the team.
Yeah.
And so, like, to me, that I was just waiting for something to interrupt them.
But at the same time, how many times do they have to like revisit the fact that Seth and Cody don't like each other? Like, how many times do we have to bring this up?
Is that
You
real
know,
life? Like, do they not like? Do they really not like each other?
from what I understand, yeah. Like, I think more so what it's more about is just from interviews that I've seen and whatever. It feels more like it's because they're both very similar and they came up in very different ways in wrestling. And so I'm sure in a way, and I think that Cody has said it too, that there is like a little bit of jealousy there because not only did he accomplish, what is essentially a lifelong dream for a lot of wrestlers fairly quickly, he's also talked about how you have to remember Seth is one of Dusty's kids.
I was gonna ask
So
you that.
yeah, there's going to be some sort of tension there for that because, from watching his documentary, you heard him say how there was a little bit of like weird feelings from him and to those guys because he felt like, why doesn't my dad want to like train me and help me? And he's focused so much on these people and they're not his kids. So I think that's part of it. But I think as far as like beyond that, I'm sure it's just, yeah, like Seth grabbed the brass ring so quickly and he was pushed and whatever while Cody was cast aside. And I'm sure it's possible it's just a personality thing.
I
Like
mean,
I
look,
think that we're just shocked to hear about it because you don't really hear about it,
no,
the backstage stuff.
I
So
feel like it's a very similar element to Rock and Triple H. Like, there's no legit bad blood against one another. They just, when it comes to competing for the top spot and how
yeah,
similarly competitive they are, and
yeah,
you're gonna have tempers flare, but heads butt. So yeah, it's a nice weird, if that makes
yeah.
sense,
It's
to
just
have
it's just
that,
is
because it shows that they are all in.
yeah,
And they do that.
it's just something that I feel like we don't need to revisit it every single time we see them in the ring together or something. It's like, okay, yeah, we get it. We
Like
get it.
little
You guys don't.
teases, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
I don't.
that's fine, but it's just like this is so dramatic. Like we've seen this a million times at this point.